What's the difference between to shift, to set, to settle, to modify?
These four verbs have distinct meanings, although they can sometimes overlap in specific contexts. Here's a brief explanation of each term. To shift. This means to change position, place, or direction. It can refer to moving an object, adjusting one's perspective or focus, or altering a situation. For example, you might shift furniture in a room, shift your weight from one foot to the other, or shift the conversation to a different topic. To set. This term generally implies placing or positioning something in a specific way or location, often with the intent of preparing or arranging it. It can also refer to establishing or fixing something, like setting a date for an event, setting a goal, or setting a table for dinner. To settle. To settle means to reach a state of stability, resolution, or agreement. It can refer to people finding a place to live, coming to a decision or conclusion, or resolving a dispute. For example, settlers might establish a new community, you might settle on a movie to watch, or two parties might settle their differences. To modify. This verb refers to making changes or adjustments to something, often with the intention of improving it or making it more suitable for a particular purpose. For example, you might modify a design to make it more efficient, modify a car for better performance, or modify a recipe to accommodate dietary restrictions. While these verbs have distinct meanings, there are cases where they can be used interchangeably, depending on the context. For example, you could say, I modified the layout of the room, or, I shifted the layout of the room, to convey a similar idea of changing the arrangement of objects. However, it's essential to consider the specific context and the nuances of each verb when using them.
Gives 5 examples for each case.
Sure, here are 5 examples for each verb. To shift. A. She shifted her gaze from the book to the window. B. The company decided to shift its focus to renewable energy. C. He shifted the car into reverse to back out of the driveway. D. The tectonic plates shifted, causing an earthquake. E. She shifted uncomfortably in her seat during the long presentation. To set. A. He set the glass on the table gently to avoid spilling the water. B. They set a deadline for the completion of the project. C. The sun sets in the west every evening. D. She set the temperature on the thermostat to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. E. The coach set a series of challenging drills for the team's practice. To settle. A. After months of searching, they finally settled on a house to buy. B. The pioneers settled in the fertile valley and established a thriving community. C. She settled the bill at the restaurant by paying with her credit card. D. The dust settled after the demolition of the old building. E. The two companies settled their legal dispute out of court. To modify. A. The software engineer modified the code to fix the bug. B. She modified the recipe to make it vegan by using almond milk instead of cow's milk. C. They modified the terms of the contract to reflect the new agreement. D. The architect modified the building's design to meet the new safety regulations. E. He modified his exercise routine to accommodate his knee injury. Keep in mind that these examples highlight the different meanings of each verb, and the specific usage of the verbs can vary depending on the context.